Very good morning, and today is August 29th, Thursday. Time is at about 11:15. I thought I'll quickly do live stream for about 15 minutes and then log off for today. That's the main intention. If you're online, please do join. And obviously, if you're not online, you can always watch this video a little later. So I will ensure that this video is available online anyway. So let me share my screen. All right. So Nifty, in fact, opened a little, I would say flat because it was pretty much opened at the previous close. And then this is 20 minutes candle. So there were a couple of up moves, but otherwise, not much of a volatility happened at this point of time. Personally, I believe it's a stable day. But then I think this is actually consolidating here. Usually these consolidations are quite dangerous. So anything can happen. So right now the consolidation is at about bit from 9 o'clock, I think 10 o'clock. So usually the expiries are quite brutal. So there could be some spikes, some drops, and somebody need to really be watchful. I think if this consolidation, let me draw a line there so that a very good morning, Harpreet from Chandigarh. I remembered you. Today's Reliance AGM. Reliance, I think it's okay. AGM wouldn't really cause much of an impact, in my view. Reliance is a stable company. So anyway, let me draw some lines here. That's this one, and then this one. I think anything that breaks any of these lines, there could be some violent moves. So we need to keep an eye on this. So the top is at about 25118, and then bottom is at about 25075. I think that's what it is. And I did enter positions. X-Man, sir. Let me go to my positions very quickly. I think you are all interested to know. So Sensex, I'll probably talk about Nifty, right? So Nifty, what I did was, as soon as I had overnight positions, obviously, and as soon as market has opened, I have exited. Actually, entered trade, I exited. The reason is usually, I think that is the promise that I made, right? If it is green, I will exit. If it is red, I will wait for some time. At least I was expecting. I thought I will close if it is at least less than 1 lakh loss. So that's what I did. And morning, as soon as the market opened, I have exited all the trades for Nifty, and then slowly I started building the PE position. In fact, the PE position is 24900 PE, and then when it reached, I think the single digit, I moved to 24950 PE. In fact, you see losses here. The reason was I made some loss over the overnight position, so that's the reason. So this is not the loss for today. When I exited overnight position, it was like 1.8 lakhs, and then that got reduced to 71 right now. So it's basically made about 1.2 lakhs here. And then I have right now moved to 25,000 PE, which is 965 rupees right now. And then one very important thing that I wanted to know. So this is basically 23 quantity is little different, right? So this is 9,000. This 23. This is very close to 2.5 times actually. So right now, the reason is right now I'm still bullish. So until unless there is massive volatility and the Nifty drops, that's where I'll have to exit some of these trades. Hey Sanjay, nice to see you. I'm also from Bangalore. Where do you live, Sanjay? In Bangalore? I think this is the Nifty. These are the Nifty positions, and when it comes to Sensex, so Sensex, this is actually bit against the tide again. So Sensex, what happened was, let me also tell you what I did on Sensex, which is definitely not a great way to trade. But then time happy is floating clock. It's a paid one. I think you need to pay some $20 or whatever. I like this clock because it's time is obviously critical, you being a seller, so it always reminds me how much time is there, etc. All right, so okay, Sanjay leaves a Chickballapur. That's fine. So yeah, Sensex is actually, when it's moving, I started selling this one, which is in fact somewhere 82,500. So the prediction is tomorrow it's going to really close below, I mean around 82,400. That's the assumption, but then I might be wrong. So as of now, that's what I'm thinking. But then when this move happened, it actually breached H3. Then I had to sell the PE position also. That's what which I did. So this PE position I sold when it was, let me go back to the chart, when it was somewhere here, which was 81,900, I think. So I sold the 82,000 PE. The reason is I wanted to definitely protect the losses in case of any. So thankfully this worked out actually. So this, in fact, I sold the ITM PE, which is a little risky, but then this actually gave about 1.16 lakhs profit, while I lost some money here. But right now, if I go to the payoff chart, is I do have some bandwidth to play around there, right? So maximum top is at about 0.7, and then the bottom is about 0.6 or so. So that's where it is. And then I have one more day to really play around these options. So that's what it is. Do you have a sell in place in the system for today's expiry? No, today's Nifty. One second, I'll check I don't think I had put anything. Yeah, I do have one SL. Okay, let me go to Nifty trade. So I have one SL for this. This SL is at about, it's a trailing SL, 14 rupees. And then if it hits 14 rupees, I'm going to exit half of the quantity, which means that I'm going to exit about 11,000, close to 12,000. I'm going to exit. That's the plan. And then that point of time, these two will become pretty much equal. So that's the thinking there. I'm not going to exit everything. The reason also, open interest for Nifty, there is a massive support at 25,000. So, but again, on the expiry days, we can't trust anything. So anything can happen. So Santosh, let's say. Hi Santosh, you are from Hebal. Okay, nice to know. I live in HSR layout. All right, so that's the reason I am okay to hold this position, and also even if something goes wrong, I will exit half of the position. So right now, this is 9 rupees and 50 paise, and as I said, stop loss at about 14. That's what which I did. Let's go to Nifty again. Oh, Kodlu gate is very close to me. It's probably 10 minutes. Probably 5 minutes. I can probably run and then. All right. No problem. Okay, so Nifty is this one, right? So I drew these two lines, and then I believe if any of these things breaks, then we need to really be worried. But otherwise, I think should be all right. And even if it goes down, so the top today is Is it today or yesterday? Yeah, my bad. It's yesterday. Yesterday was 25,130. To be precise, Padjir, I live in Harluru. I think it's very close to your Kudlu gate. Anyway, so 25,130, that is the peak, right? So let's see if that is going to be broken. And when it comes to open interest, let's also look at Nifty. Yeah, as I said, this is absolutely quite strong. And then our position is here, right? So 25,150. So that's where it is. And yeah, I think that's, and then there is definitely some support, some resistance here. So we'll have to see how it goes. And let's look at 5 minutes. But again, I just want to caution, right? So expiry day, a lot of manipulation happens. So all these indicators, they work when the human behavior is natural. But then if somebody is putting, let's say, 100 crores or 1,000 crores and then try to manipulate, nobody can really stop that. So I think that's all I can say. I think somebody said uh, view on HDFC Bank. That is Suraj Patel. Suraj, are you from Gujarat by any chance? Let's look at it. So, obviously, SEBI has too much of a regulations around the stock recommendation, etc. But I do have definitely HDFC. But let me look at. Okay, one important thing, right? If you go to, we go to option chain. HDFC usually will have a massive resistance at 1700, even without seeing, I'm saying. So that's what it usually will have. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, there is massive resistance at 1700. So fair chances it will not go above this, at least. Obviously, not too much today, but even if you go to even September, also you will see the same thing. There is not much there. Generally, you can go and then sell the. So Jenith, I always hold HDFC and Reliance in my portfolio because these are all the standard stocks. My view, they would act like a cushion, right? Usually on a falling day they would raise, and then on a raising day they might fall. But then generally I found them quite elastic in nature. When I say elasticity, basically that would cushion against your portfolio. If you remember, when was that, August 4th, I think, right? When the market fell down, HDFC is the only stock which went up. So that would balance out your portfolio. You'll not get into massive losses. I think as a bank, it's a good bank. Obviously, my salary account is in HDFC. So I have been using them for almost like 22 years or so. So good bank. I think some of these things we should always hold. Not a recommendation, but I just wanted to tell my opinion just because I'm holding that. So. All right. So even HDFC, even this. So by the way, I in my one more account, I did sell Reliance. This one I did 31,000 CE, and then I had a hedge about 32,000. So I will let it expire, and even in case something happens, I'm going to take delivery or whatever. So that's the plan. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the see markets are there to correct, markets are there to rise. My view, see, always we need to be prepared for the worst case scenario in life, right? So that is true with the markets as well. But there is nothing to get panicked. Nobody, I can tell you, nobody can predict what's going to happen until unless somebody is manipulating. But then the markets can't become bearish with one or two people thing, right? It has to be a mass sell off, and when that happens, definitely there would be. But my view, I think you always keep some 20-30% cash, and then whenever there is something happens, you should always exit. Or sorry, you should always sell, buy some of the stocks. So that's where you will make money. But if you're also panickingly selling, nothing would happen. I think that's the trade for today. Let's see if there is any movement or whatever. I might probably close Nifty little early because afternoon I need to go out. So I might probably close these things bit early. But otherwise, let's have it goes. 25100 straddle. I think the expiry day straddle would be very dangerous, sir, until unless you have a immediate hedges. So ideally, if I want to do straddle, I would do this one, right? So let's look at Nifty 25100. Let's look at the open interest. All right, so open interest at 25, I think it's equally good, and 25. See, okay, it's about 1 crore and then 2 crores. I think it's a good number. But then, as I said, straddle would be, my view, quite dangerous. What I would probably, let's say, even if I do straddle, right? So I might probably do this. So 25100 sell, this is 30 sell, and then I would do immediate hedge, so that so this is what I would do in case if I want to do straddle, right? It's technically it's a kind of a hero zero trade. It's 0.32 is the risk reward, right? If your strategy works well, you will run away with 7%. If it doesn't go well, you will lose about probably 3%, I think, or less than 3%, and then leave it there. There is no adjustment that you need to do. Yeah, that's what I would think. And but see, from the linear regression perspective, straddle it is suggesting 25139, right? 25100, around that. Maybe I will also do something like this, right? Instead of straddle, I would probably go to, let's say, yeah, I would. 1 second, it is not moving. Let me do again. Yeah, instead of straddle, I might probably do, let's say, this one, right? 150, and then this one, which are pretty much close, right? And then immediate one, and then you will get one opportunity to adjust in case if it does. But also this also risk reward is pretty much 1:1, right? So Santosh, I'm short on 200p and then 2015c, hoping for expiry at I do not know, Santosh, so I do not know. But if you are very close, I would always suggest immediate hedge and then leave it there. And that's all I would suggest. But I do not know where it is going to expire, right? So I think let me put across your own positions, right, to 0050p. And then 20150c. I think this is the trade that you have, I think. Yeah, the only suggestion that I can give is do a immediate hedge, even in case, and then you will get two opportunities to adjust, right? So you get let's say 150, and then where is this? So C is 050. This is yeah, you will get two opportunities to adjust. So you can actually, suppose if it goes down, you can come 150 to 25 150 to 25 100, and then you can also become straddle. So those are the two. And in case it goes up, you get two opportunities to adjust. But then my suggestion is, when you are actually moving, you also move the hedge to immediate leg, so that you will not lose money. So that's the risk management part, especially if you're playing very close to these positions, and you should always have the proper risk management. Now we might argue why I did not do that. The reason is I had put the stop losses, so that's the reason I did not do. And then this one, do not get overwhelmed. This was actually overnight position, so that's where you got to see a bit of higher number. So that's what it is. Uh, How do you usually? I think expiry days are quite volatile, Venkatesh. So there is, I mean, technically you would plan everything, and then there is a saying, right? The war plan actually vanishes when the first bullet fires, right? Gets fired, rather. So here also same thing. Whatever we experience are the indicators. Anything that you say, the moment there is one big spike, everything goes for toss. So you just can't do anything. Can I trade triangle for 5 days in one? Of course you can trade. Can I trade? Of course you can always do that. There is no harm in that. Premiums are very low. Of course they are low because it's a expiry day, right? So they will be low, definitely. So these are all the live positions, right? So Pierce Victor. So whatever I'm showing are the live positions. So there is these are the real positions. Not, I'm not sure if that is what you wanted, but these are the live positions. So this is the kite interface anyway. So I bought CDSL, which did not go well, but let's. Manoj, you need to ping me on Twitter. All right, then. I think I did spend about Manoj. Let's answer this question. Is selling better or buying? I think it depends, Manoj. So selling obviously requires a good amount of capital, and I personally suggest until unless you have a capital of about 25 lakhs to 50 lakhs, so do not even enter into either selling or buying. That's my humble advice. And buying, my suggestion is you should only do when you have a good portfolio and then more of an hedging. But then buying, I know a lot of times people tend to do buying with very capital, they tend to lose. Direction selling in one. Okay, let me answer Manoj's question and then come to this one, right? So I think personally, I do selling mainly because for my way of thinking, and also I go a bit slowly on the strategies, etc. And there are definitely some good buyers who can do things a lot more faster, scalping, etc. But I tried, but I couldn't make any money. So I felt selling is the selling. You get to think, you get to analyze, you get to. I know there would be spikes, but then still you have some time to think through. You are not going to lose everything at single go. So I think it also goes with the style and the skill that you have. So personally, I made money on the selling, not on the buying, but I'm not advising that you should actually do buying versus selling. It's again, it goes with the person to person. But irrespective, both the sides, you always have the at least minimum capital of about 25 lakhs. And then also, either side do not lose more than 20 to 30%. The moment you lose 20 to 30%, you should quit trading, at least for this year, that year. And what is your monthly percentage expected? 2% or 5%? I think monthly from selling, my expectation is about 3% peers, Victor. And there were some months I could hit 10%. There were also some months I did lose. In fact, June, I lost some money towards the fag end. Again, very bad mistakes. So yeah, I think 2 to 3%, probably 3 to 5%, you can definitely expect if you have good way to not to get into greed. So June I lost money mainly because I have over traded, right? So I was at one point of time in June, I was almost like at about 8% profits, and then I lost money towards the last 10 days, I think. And again, they're like not like bad trades, but then I did something on the travel and other things, right? So anyway, I learned the lesson. So yeah, I think probably you can put a 3%. And in fact, somebody posted on Twitter the other day, if you make 3%, you can actually make your money 10 times in 7 years. So I think that's a good way to get that money. And Venkatesh Allada, Bank Nifty ekdam spotted since few days. And no, Bank Nifty I am not tracking today. I feel it's waste of time because I'm not trading, but I will look at it tomorrow or day after. So I usually enter at about 9:15. So your overall experience in trading, I think I mean, I started trading in 2014, but then I have quit for about 5 years, right? So initially, let me tell this, it's probably interesting, right? So I did my senior management program in IIM Calcutta, and then that's where I got introduced to options a little bit. And then the professor that taught me, he himself never traded in options, but then he teaches quite well. And as soon as I done with the course, I bought Adani futures, and then that point of time, Narendra Modi became a PM, and then this stock went up. Then I gained money on futures, about 5-6 lakhs, I think, those days, and I think the next month I lost half of it. then I quit. Again, 2019, I restarted. I think that's a story. I do not do US. Sorry, not US. Sorry, I do not do USD. Varun. I do not understand much. So, do you target zero? Yeah, not fully. I will put, but zero DTE is definitely exciting. But at the same time, is quite stressful, right? So, I tend to put some money here and there, and let's see. Yeah, agree. I agree. Thank you, Akash Sarkar. And I was in Calcutta. When was that? April this year. Probably next time when I come, I will definitely meet you. It's a nice place and then great food. Yeah, whenever I travel, I enjoy the food. So no, I do not trade commodities as well. Venkatesh. I did the crude oil probably a few times, but then I never understood the charts and other things, so I did not stop it. So it's not worth, I felt. What about 2% reverse hedging? Although premiums are low, it is good strategy, or should I take? My suggestion is to do not take a lot of risk on expiry trade, because the spikes would be quite massive, right? So, oh, okay. So somebody did also read deep. Oh, okay, that's great. Business analyst, I think. Anu C. Okay, all right, that's great. So, what is the capital for trading? Kill Bill, can you ping me on Twitter? All right, then I think. So I suddenly see 30 people. That's a good number. I never saw so many people online. So maybe I will. Do you think I should do live streaming pretty much daily? If you think yes, you can put. If it is not helping, then there is no meaning in spending my time and your time, right? So, Varun, I will probably. I know I'm anonymous right now, but then I will make myself public sometime next month. I am actually quitting my corporate job and then planning to start a startup. So that point of time, because I'm absolutely on my own, so I do not have any corporate legal obligations. Okay, thank you so much. I think all of you said yes. So again, see this thing, right? Trading, I'm not much worried about losing or gaining, right? I think the process is important. I must tell you that I've been trading from 2020 January, just after Republic Day, I think 27th or 28th, pretty much daily without missing any day. And I think that definitely helped me. And at least I could take the stress. And a lot of people feel that going up, going down is quite stressful. But then at least I feel I'm able to take that. I think that's a good thing. The only way that can be achieved is trading daily. So I traded budget day, election day, and election. I mean, pretty much everything. So pre-elections and every day I traded. So I think that definitely helped to either gain. Some days you gain, some days you lose. But then at least if you lose, you will actually get the confidence, and then um, that's right. I'm on notice period. That's right. Yeah. In fact, tomorrow is my last day. All right. So it's a high paying job, but I'm quitting. But that's all right. So sometimes you'll have to go with behind the passion. So I'm not planning to become a full time trader while I might do trading. But then I wanted to focus on building a startup at least. So that is my lifetime ambition. So yeah, right now I'm financially independent. So I would not really dependent on job to get money. Not trading as well. So. All right, so that's a bit of a personal story. It might be boring, but I'm seeing a trend in this index, zero to loses straddle premium. Yeah, I think that's fine. Sanjay, I will let you know next week. I do not have any comments on that, Tushar. So it's a good observation though. But let's see. All right, then I think any other questions, anything that you think I can answer? Awesome, Sanjay. That's great. And Akash Sarkar from Calcutta. So yeah, pledging is definitely good, right? So especially if you are doing Jiroda, you get zero interest, and day trading is quite useful. So in fact, the capital that I use is absolutely 100% pledging. There is some money, I think 20-30 lakhs, but otherwise it's all pledging. So it's all pledged money rather, yeah. One second. Can you please paste it again? I would have probably missed it. Okay, I got it. I got it. Calculation for leverage should not go more than 2x, but exchange already gave. No, so I do not any leverage. I know it's difficult to pronounce your name, but Anu, that's what I could read. So I do not use any leverage in Jiruda or anywhere, right? So I just pledge the stocks and then they take some haircut and then probably they give some money, right? Let's say if I pledge for 1 crore, they give about 80 lakhs and then I use that only. I do not want to take leverage at this point of time. The reason is leverage is a double-edged sword, right? So you are actually trying to do more than your capacity. The challenge is once you gain money, that's absolutely all right. But the moment you start losing money, you will get into trap. So my suggestion is to uh, uh, bite whatever you can chew. There is a saying, right? So do not go more than that. As I said, leverage is double-edged sword. You would never want it to do take 2x and 4x, and then the moment I said, right, if you're making money, that's great, but you also need to really look at the negative side. If you're losing money, then the impact is 10x. So I would not personally recommend you to do that, but again, it's your risk appetite. Okay, so could we ask about, I think I did a post yesterday, Mohammed. So in fact, the photo was by, I did not really see that 181 holdings coming up. So I wanted to make a joke on Bangalore traffic, but then a lot of people got hold of this 181. I did make a post yesterday. Just have a look at it, and I felt after that, I felt it's an unnecessary post and it got a lot of unnecessary attention. So sessional derivatives exclusive on weekends for free time, your free time. Yeah, I think I did take 2 sessions, Venkatesh, and they are there in the YouTube. So please check them. It is my own money, Tushar. It's my hard work for last 20 years or so. Every penny is my own. So how can 100% pledging? No, it's yeah. So I'll give an example, right, Nikhil? So if you have, let's say, 1 crore worth of stocks, and then you pledge them, and obviously assume that all the stocks could be pledgeable, then you get about after haircut approximately you get about 80 lakhs, right? So 80 lakhs you can do day trading in Jiruda for free. There is no interest. But then if it is positional, then they do expect you to bring in 50% of the cash. And if you do not have the 50% of cash, they would actually charge 12.75 interest per year on the 50% lack of that 50% cash. That's the calculation. Anu, out of 80 lakhs, how many lots to sell per? I mean, you can always do the calculation, right? So depending on what the margin that is required, we can do the calculation. That's fine. Vidyananda Reddy from Tirupati, I think I'm sitting 24C and then PE reverse triangle. Okay, reverse triangle is little tricky, but all the best. Reverse triangle thing is your brain gets confused, Vidyanand. That's the only issue, but if you're absolutely comfortable and you have been doing that for many years, but for me it's very confusing. I want to make the things very simple. So how to start option selling as a newbie? Bishal Saha, are you from Orissa, sir? So there are plenty of videos actually on YouTube that a lot of people did on the basics. So please start with them, and then my view is I think the more you practice, that would be good. With that post, I will check out, and as a Bangalorean, I can understand the pain. All right, thank you so much. So I think to go back to Bishal, so my suggestion is to first build some capital, and then start doing, let's say, one or two lots, and then see how the market would work, and then you can always take a call. There are some brokers which do not charge 12 and lack of. Yeah, I'm aware, Tushar. So I'm actually planning to move to one more broker who is offering absolutely low interest, but then they do not have too much of tools integration. I'm waiting for that to happen. So once that is there, then I will probably move there. But yeah, right now I know Jiroda had some issue earlier, so but right now I'm still trading in Jiroda. All right, I think I did spend more time than I wanted, but so what, I did not check what is happening in the market. So okay, so while we are on online, so Sensex so pretty much gone down from almost like 1 lakh losses to 14,000. I think that's a good news, and maybe it's because Sensex is falling. I think okay, that's good. 1 second, let me just check what is happening. Sensex is falling. That's good. Okay, all right. I think so. You will be moved to so Kotak. I traded there for some time, but I felt user experience is little difficult. At least me going from Jiruda, that's where I had to move back. I mean, I got confused with the PEC colors sell by, right. So it took some time for me to understand, but yeah. So that's the reason I came back. I gave the feedback to them to make a configuration kind of a setup, right? You can always change the colors as you wish, but I don't think they listened to that, and then I came out to use execution software to, that's absolutely right, Tushar. Probably, as you asked, I can show you that. Just give me, I will show my screen. So this is the software that I use right now, which is Trade Flow. And yeah, this is what I use to really punch my orders or whatever. So I think, as you can see here, this got exited. Earlier I said there is some stop loss was set in, so half of the quantity is gone out. Now I'll also put one more stop loss about 22. So here I will exit completely. That's the plan right now, and I can also maybe I'll look at buy something. So I bought some quantity on the CE side. So I will probably stay here for some time. There is nothing that I need to be worried. So I think I'll probably. All right. So this is the software that I use. So Sensex is pretty much. It was some point of time, it was like 3 lakhs losses, and pretty much all the losses have recovered. That's a good news. And then I have put a stop loss here. This one 283, and I put a stop loss at 341 right now. So let's see how it goes. And then on the CE side, I do not have any stop loss at this point of time. So Trade Flow, the founder is Amit, and they do charge about 60 or 70,000 per 6 months. Broker, I use Jiroda right now, but then I'm planning to move out, and its plan is there from July, and did not happen so far. Stock is so I had last year I was a little fortunate, right? So, and I did not post in Twitter, but last year my stock portfolio gone almost like 100%. While I mentioned in my post 15% is what I would expect, but I think last year it's pretty much PSU and shipping, railway, all the stocks. So Probably not for many small players. Yeah, I think yeah, as Tushar. So for me, it saves the time. So that's the main thing, right? So um, and then all these rules and other things, I will be able to manage a lot more effectively. So as you can see, right? So while I was on the live, I did not even monitor, and then I had put a condition and then charting, and it did not get into massive losses. So that way the automation definitely helps. And again, each one of you, depending on the capital that you use and then execution that you do, can always play around. Okay, let me go back to my screen. All right, so okay, I think there is some bit of a downfall, but that's all right. And ideally, today it should be flat day, hopefully, unless there is some surprise. And so generally, what I had observed is, this is again my observation, right? The expiry days, there is a tendency that it'll expire at zero itself. So it will move up and then down, up and then it'll end at zero. Let's see what could happen today. All right, then. I think what is time now? I can stay till 12 o'clock, and I need to uh, go out after this. So if you have any questions, and so Nifty right now. So there was position, that's all right, and there is definitely something that we gained. And also I did exit earlier. If you remember, we were having 23,000 positions. Right now the quantity has reduced off, and then I think I'll stay on this trade for some time and then see how it goes. And yeah, if I'm going out, obviously I will exit. I'm not going to carry these trades while I'm in travel. So all right, so let's look at what's in it. So if everything goes well, it's 4.33 lakhs for a capital of about 1.27. I think that would translate about 3%. No, sorry, not 3%. I think 1 second. Yeah, 0.64 around that. No, any of you are quick with maths. 4.33 divided by 1.27. Yeah, 3%. I think that's what it is. But anyway, on expiry trade, I don't put a lot of money, so that's absolutely all right. What that's expensive initiation risk management is SL is trailing by itself nicer. So do you also do it in easy development kind of software? Also in it you can, yeah, no, I can develop a software, but then right now, because developing a software is going to take some time, right? So the way which I would look at is it's we need to look at a bit of a cost benefit analysis, right? Because our time is a lot more critical than anything else in the world. So suppose if I go on and build this software, it will take about 3 months, and if I can spend about let's say 10,000 per month, if I can get, I do not want to waste the time. So that's the logic there. I think this logic would also applicable to people who tend to trade one or two lots. My view, it's not worth your time. So that's the reason I always say that build some decent capital, and then at least try to, I mean, if you're spending, let's say 3-4 hours, and if you're ending up getting 1,000, 2,000, maybe it's not worth your time. But at the same time, if you're able to get about 10,000, 20,000, at least it is worth your time. So yeah, you can always build software, Akash. So, but then as I said, it's a cost benefit analysis that we need to do. So risk management is do not lose your capital. That's the only suggestion that I can give. But let's say if you have 1 crore capital, the moment you reach to, let's say you lost about 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs or whatever, that is the time that you need to quit trading for that year and then start building the capital again. with this current scenario where premiums were very low as well as realized volatility, but when volatility rises, it would be painful for sellers. Any idea of reducing the losses in rising weeks? So I think there is no easy solution, right? So I mean, I do anyway OTM. There is no solution, Tushar. We just need to play around with this. That's all. See, this is premiums are very specific to supply and demand, right? So, like as a seller, obviously I want to make money, but I'm sure there are buyers who are selling to me. They also want to make money. It's a pull and push, and whose ever strategy is right, they'll make money. That's how the markets would actually work anyway. So. All right. So what's happening in Sensex? Sensex started, I think, a little bit recovering, if not fully. All right, then. I think time for me to log off. And nice to speak to all of you. And maybe one day next month or so, I will do all 9:15 to 3:30 live trade. And let's see how that goes. And I think probably that would be a comprehensive live trade. And then probably we can discuss a lot more there. I'll let you know couple of days in advance so that you can also plan your day. But that's all for now. Have a great remaining day, and happy Thursday and happy expiry day. And then see you all tomorrow with the market pulse. Bye bye.